Hi, I'm Dion, and I'm here with Mr. Willis. How you doing, sir?
I'm doing great. Thank you for having me.
Thank you for being with us today. So, you are a teacher at Norristown, right? Correct.
That is correct.
How long have you been teaching here?
I've been teaching at Norristown for 13 years. I also student taught here, so technically I've been for 14 years in the district.
Okay, is this the only school you've taught at?
It is. I started my career here in 2001,
Okay.
and then I've been here ever since.
And what subject do you teach?
Earth and Space Science to 12th graders. I have a weighted honors course, and I have a regular Earth and Space Science class. I also teach general science to 9th grade as well.
Okay. So, is there the freshmen and the seniors? Is there a preference in the grade you teach, or it doesn't really matter?
No preference in the grade. They are a little bit different. At times, they're a lot different.
Like maturity level and
Maturity level, coming out of middle school, coming up
Right.
to the high school. Seniors have been here for 4 years. Have had the experience of the high school as well. So I think that's the difference in getting used to and getting acclimated to the high school for a 9th grader versus getting ready to go to the real world for a 12th grader.
stuff. Right. So, we basically know you've been here 13, 14 years. You basically committed your life to teaching.
True.
So, what about teaching do you enjoy? Like, you get up in the morning, you go to school. What is it that you look forward to?
Yeah, it's a passion for me. I think I've dedicated my life to this for a major reason. I enjoy students. I love science. Earth and space science is what I truly enjoy, and I want to share that with people. One of the greatest avenues for that is to share it with students in the realm of education. I'm a lifelong learner. I enjoy going through classes during the summer for my craft. I think it's something that I truly need to do every single year. So education for me is a passion, like I said, and I think that's why I enjoy teaching so much.
So, in teaching, so do you have a worst or a best or funniest moment in just this year or all time since in 13 years of teaching?
No worst times. I think often people will look at a bad time and focus on that. I tend not to. If something does go wrong, I take it as a learning moment. Like I said, I'm a lifelong learner, so I think even the negative, what could be viewed as a negative, is still a positive. You got to find a positive in it. Positive experiences, I've had thousands of them. That's a 13th year, so at this point I've taught well over 1,000 students, and memories of them coming back to say hi and say thank you. A high five or a hug, whatever it may have been. There's been some trying times, but often they come out in the end to be great. So I think most of my experiences here have been absolutely positive, and I will cherish them as long as I go.
Okay. So we're going to skip the outside of school.
Okay.
Tell me a little bit about yourself outside of school.
All right. A little bit behind the scenes of Mr. Wells. Outside of school, I do take a lot of classes. I mentioned that I'm a graduate student at WCU, at Westchester University. I am finishing my geoscience degree at Westchester University as a master's, and I'm also working at Gwynedd and Mercy College on my Master's of Education and Principal Certification.
So when do you expect to be graduating from these separate schools and these different degrees and majors?
I will graduate from Westchester this December.
Okay.
I'm in my final semester right now. So I'll graduate in December with my Master of Geosciences and Earth and Space Science. In May of 2015, I plan to graduate from Gwynedd and Mercy College with my degree in Earth and Space Science. That's what I had, Westchester. My education degree and my principal certification.
So with all this information retained in your brain is kind of hard, like going to 3 different schools. What do you plan to do with all this information?
Share. I really like, again, education for me is that passion, so sharing the information. So the more I learn in my courses at WCU about geosciences, about computer technology, I try to bring to my classroom. My education courses at Gwynedd and Mercy, it's always good to learn more about your craft and to hone your skills. So I plan on bringing that into the classroom. I'm also the department head for science here. So learning some of the skills I'm getting from Gwynedd and Mercy, I'm bringing them to my colleagues and sharing with them as well.
Sharing is caring. So we've been from the teaching field, which is school, into learning school.
Yep.
School. So is there anything outside of school?
There is. I'm a family man. I'm happily married. I have a lovely wife, a beautiful daughter who's 6, a brand new son who's 12 days old. He was born on September 15th. He's our shining joy right now. He's amazing. His name is Grayson, and he's keeping us going for every night, every day. My daughter, Avalina, is awesome. She's a first grader, and she truly enjoys learning as well and is keeping us on our toes with all of our sports.
So tell me a little bit more about your daughter.
Evelina is 6 years old, like I said, and she is really just an enjoyable child. We always say she's an old soul. She's been here before. She knows what she's doing.
Yeah.
She likes what she gets into. Loves being a big sister. Plays sports. She enjoys field hockey. She likes soccer, basketball. Swimming is her new thing. She loves to swim now. So she's athletic. Likes to push the envelope as far as sports.
She does it all, huh?
A little bit of this, a little bit of that.
So do you have a favorite memory with her?
Just being dad. I think that is just, I mean, I always say I love to teach, and it's great for me, but being dad is a constant job of educating and giving her experience with the real world.
So having your little own personal thing that you can sculpt and teach, have something to teach is just...
It's just powerful. It's an amazing experience.
So a little bit more about the newborn.
Yeah, Grayson.
Yeah. What are we planning to do with him when he gets older?
You know, Evelina, I almost said Hoot, her nickname. Evelina is a good big sister, a good role model. So I think we're going to follow a lot of the similar trends. Every child's different, but we're going to follow kind of the same suit. I think we're going to try and get him interested in sports and music, and see what his niche really is. And not kind of push him in any particular direction, but let him see what he likes, and then kind of go from there.
So I just heard you call your daughter Hoot. Is that her middle name or?
No, that's her nickname.
Okay. Where did that originate from?
Her full first name is Evelina Sophia. Ava means bird-like, and Sophia means wisdom. So bird-like wisdom. So she's always been called Hoot. If you see her out and about at a field hockey game or a football game and you screamed, "Hey Hoot," she would respond, because it's what most people call her. So it's her nickname.
Oh, okay. So do you guys, family time, do you guys like go on any vacations or anything during the summer?
Summertime, we like to travel as much as possible. Up and down the East Coast, we have friends and family in Virginia, North Carolina. We have friends in Wisconsin that we will go see and visit. Every summer we try and get somewhere. We like going to the beach and hanging out down in Sea Isle.
Favorite vacation spot?
Favorite vacation spot is probably going to be Sea Isle, because we get down there and kind of hang out for a couple of days and just kind of decompress.
What's the best part about it?
Just going to the beach and watching the kids play.
Yeah.
Just let them watch them splash in the water for a while with their cousins.
So I was told that you actually do some cheerleading.
I do, yeah.
Tell me a little bit about that.
Yeah, cheerleading I kind of fell into in high school by accident. At my high school, I went to Cheerleading Catholic in Fair Hills, Pennsylvania, and we have a gym show, which you split the school in half, and you have like kind of a battle between the two sides of the school. And one of the things you could do was cheerleading. And a friend asked me to do it. There's a lot of guys that did it. So I got involved. I played a number of different sports in high school. I got to college and realized I wasn't going to be a good collegiate athlete, and I wanted to focus more on academics. And then the opportunity came to cheer. I had a phenomenal coach in college, Julie Spink. She was amazing, and really kind of inspired me to go on to coaching. So I cheered for 4 years at Westchester. I was a captain at Westchester University, and then I coached at Westchester as an assistant under Julie.
Okay.
And when I came here in 2001, I helped out a little bit as a student teacher, and then in 2002, I became a head coach here at Norristown.
Okay.
5 years later, I left Norristown. I went to Albright College in Reading, Pennsylvania. I spent 5 years there as well, and went to nationals, the national competition and stuff you would see on ESPN.
Yeah.
We went down there twice and held our own. And now I've retired from active coaching with teams, and I have my own company, Phoenix Cheer Academy. The idea of the academy, again, is the idea of learning. Academia is always important. It's important to always learn something, not just about the sport, but life.
So what exactly do you, like, why do you get involved in cheerleading?
The why is the excitement. I think it's a fun sport to be involved in. It truly is a sport. There's always argument and debate. But it's truly a sport, and I think the athleticism of the young ladies and men who do it is impressive. The skills are difficult. Lifting someone else into the air and holding and supporting them is always a challenge, physically and mentally.
So what can we actually learn from it? The people that you teach and the people that are on the outside, what can we learn from cheerleading?
Life lessons from cheerleading is perseverance. It doesn't come easy. It's painful at times. Learning a new skill takes effort and consistent effort. I think that's something that most people can learn from, that you have an idea of a routine, you have an idea of a skill that you want to hit, and it may not come easy at first. It takes weeks, it could take months to perfect a routine or a skill, but once you get it, it's yours, and you get to own it. and you get to show it off to other people, and then they can learn from it as well. You get to share it. Again, the idea of sharing the skills. So I think there's a lot of perseverance involved in cheerleading, and that can bode well in life, in education, because not everything comes easy, right? You have to hunker down sometimes in the classroom and really work on skills, reading, writing. So I think it's one of the important things to learn from cheerleading is that it's not just about the sport, it's about life and working with other people who at times may be a sister or a brother, and other times, like sisters and brothers, there's arguments, it's conflict. But you have to get to the common goal of working together and finishing the product.
All right, Norristown.
Yeah.
When that name for the town, the school, anything, when that name pops into your head or somebody brings it up, what is the first thing you think about?
For me personally, I think of pride. I didn't go to Norristown. I mentioned I went to Conwell Catholic, but I think of where I teach as being part of it. I'm part of this institution. I'm part of the town of Norristown, and all that embodies. For me, it's pride. I know for others, outside of what we do, you asked about cheerleading, how others may view it. For outside of Norristown, some people think it's a negative place. I often refer in my class to the Norristown O, of when people hear I teach at Norristown or see a student, they say, "Oh, you go to Norristown,"
Yeah.
and it's kind of that long, drawn out like view of you, and all of a sudden they're embodying this negative thought of you, and they're perplexed.
So you're trying to bring a positive note to Norristown.
For sure,
Yes.
and I push my students to do that as well in the classroom and outside of the classroom, what they represent. My wife is also a teacher in a different district, and I've seen what her kids can do, and I push my students to do just as well because they're capable of doing it. It just requires a lot of connection between teacher, student, home, and so on and so forth. Everyone has to be involved. It's the old saying, it takes a village to raise a child. I believe it's true.
Okay. Well, thank you for your time, Mr. Willis. I appreciate you being here.
No problem. Thank you for having me.
This is Dion with Mr. Willis signing off. Back to Spotlight.